The sun has not yet risen, but the world is far from asleep. A deep, resonant hum seems to emanate from the very earth itself, a silent vibration of life stretching across continents. It is a rhythm felt rather than heard, a pulse that connects the smallest insect to the largest mammal in a grand, unending story. Here, in the vast, untamed wilderness, every moment is a negotiation between life and death. The air is cool and still, carrying the scent of damp soil and the sweet perfume of night-blooming flowers. This is a world governed by ancient rules where instinct is king and survival is the only prize that truly matters. A gentle breeze whispers through the tall grasses, a prelude to the drama that the coming day will inevitably bring. This immense stage is set for countless stories to unfold. From the sun-scorched plains of the African savanna to the dense, humid jungles of the Amazon, the cast of characters is as diverse as the landscapes they inhabit. Each creature, whether predator or prey, plays a vital role in this intricate web of existence. Their lives are a continuous dance of caution and courage, a testament to the sheer tenacity of life in its many forms. There are no villains here, only participants in a struggle that has been waged since the dawn of time. The silence of the pre-dawn is a sacred time, a moment of calm before the daily quest for sustenance begins anew, driving every living thing forward. The first rays of sunlight begin to pierce the horizon, painting the sky in hues of soft pink and brilliant gold. This gentle light spills across the land, revealing a world teeming with activity that was hidden by the cloak of darkness. On a dew-kissed leaf, a chameleon slowly unfurls its long tongue to catch an unsuspecting beetle. In the distance, the low grunt of a hippo signals its return to the river after a night of grazing. Every sound, every movement, is part of a larger symphony. It is the symphony of survival, a composition of infinite complexity and breathtaking beauty, played out day after day, season after season, without a final curtain. For the inhabitants of this world, the rising sun is both a promise and a warning. It promises the warmth needed to stir from a cold night's rest, but it also signals the start of another day of vigilance. The light that illuminates the path to a waterhole also exposes the vulnerable to the watchful eyes of those who hunt. There is no respite from this fundamental truth. Every creature must navigate this delicate balance, using the skills and adaptations honed over countless generations. The story of their lives is written not in books, but on the landscape itself, in the tracks left in the mud, the scent carried on the wind, and the silent knowing glances exchanged between hunter and hunted. On the vast, open plains, the morning light reveals a herd of zebra, their striking black and white coats a dazzling spectacle against the golden grasses. They move as one, a flowing river of stripes, their heads bowed to graze on the fresh shoots that cover the ground. The air is filled with the soft sounds of their chewing and the occasional gentle nicker that passes between them. A young foal stays close to its mother's side, its legs still a little unsteady, learning the rhythms of the herd. For now, there is a sense of peace, a communal tranquility that belies the constant, underlying tension of life on the savanna. Each zebra, however, remains acutely aware of its surroundings, its ears swiveling independently to catch the faintest sound. This peaceful scene is a fragile one. The herd's safety lies in its numbers and its collective vigilance. Every individual is a pair of eyes and ears for the group, a crucial part of a sophisticated early warning system. A sudden lift of a head, a flick of a tail, a nervous snort. These are the signals that can mean the difference between life and death. The wind, their sometimes ally, carries scents across the plains, bringing news of both distant water and potential danger. They must read these signs with unerring accuracy. The young foal watches its mother, mimicking her every move, absorbing the ancient knowledge that is passed down, not through language, but through instinct and example. Not far away, a family of giraffes moves with a slow, deliberate grace. Their immense height gives them a unique perspective, allowing them to see far across the plains. a living watchtower surveying the landscape. They browse on the leaves of acacia trees, their long, prehensile tongues deftly navigating the sharp thorns to reach the tender foliage. Like the zebras, they are herbivores, their days spent in a relentless search for food. But their size offers a different kind of protection. A full-grown giraffe is a formidable opponent for any predator, its long, powerful legs capable of delivering a devastating kick. Yet, they too are not immune to the threats that lurk in the tall grass. The daily ritual of finding food and water is the driving force for all these animals. It is a journey that can cover many miles, a constant migration dictated by the changing seasons and the availability of resources. A lone bull elephant, his skin caked in dried mud from a morning wallow, lumbers towards a distant waterhole he remembers from years past. His memory is a map, etched with the locations of life-sustaining oases across this vast and often unforgiving land. The sun climbs higher in the sky, its heat beginning to beat down on the plains, and the urgency to drink and find shade grows with every passing hour. The morning's gentle start is slowly giving way to the harsher realities of the African day. Hidden in the long golden grass, a lioness lies motionless. Her tawny coat provides the perfect camouflage, making her almost invisible to the grazing herds nearby. She is the embodiment of patience. Every muscle in her powerful body is coiled, ready for action, but she does not move. Her gaze is fixed, her focus absolute. She is watching the zebras, studying their movements, looking for any sign of weakness or inattention. The wind is in her favor, blowing her scent away from her intended prey. This is the art of the ambush predator, a skill honed over countless generations of hunters. It is a waiting game, a battle of nerves played out in silence. Her target is not the strongest bull or the most alert mare. She's looking for an opportunity, a moment of distraction, perhaps a young zebra straying too far from its mother, or an older individual that has become separated from the main herd. The success of the hunt depends on timing and precision. A premature move will alert the entire herd, sending them scattering in a cloud of dust and leaving her with nothing but exhaustion for her efforts. She must wait for the perfect moment, the instant when the odds are tipped, however slightly, in her favor. The midday sun beats down, and the heat shimmers above the grass, but her concentration does not waver. Suddenly, she sees it. A young male zebra, distracted by a rival, has drifted to the edge of the group. It is a small gap, a momentary lapse in the herd's tight formation, but it is the chance the lioness has been waiting for. She begins to move, her body low to the ground, a silent, fluid shadow slinking through the grass. Each paw is placed with deliberate care to avoid snapping a twig or rustling the dry leaves. She is a phantom, gliding closer and closer, her powerful shoulders bunching in anticipation. The distance closes. 100 meters. 50. The air grows thick with suspense. The zebras continue to graze, oblivious to the imminent danger. Then, she explodes from her cover. A blur of muscle and speed, she covers the remaining ground in a matter of seconds. Panic erupts in the herd. The air is filled with frantic brays and the thunder of hooves as the zebras scatter in all directions. The lioness, with astonishing focus, ignores the chaos around her and remains locked on her chosen target. The chase is a breathtaking display of power and agility. The zebra zigzags, using its endurance to try and outrun the predator's explosive burst of speed. For a few heart-stopping moments, the outcome hangs in the balance. It is a primal, life-or-death struggle, the dramatic climax of the patient, silent hunt. Further north, where the savanna gives way to a wide, rushing river, another great drama is about to unfold. It is the time of the Great Migration, and a vast herd of wildebeest has gathered on the riverbank. They are driven by an instinctual need to reach the fresh grazing lands on the other side. But the river is a formidable obstacle. The water flows fast and deep, its surface deceptively calm in places, masking the powerful currents that churn beneath. The air is thick with the dust kicked up by thousands of hooves and the constant lowing calls of the nervous animals. They press forward, a great mass of uncertainty and anticipation. The hesitation on the bank is palpable. The lead animals approach the water's edge, then shy away, their instincts screaming of the danger that lies within. This delay can last for hours, even days, a standoff between desperation and fear. But the pressure from the thousands of wildebeest behind them continues to build, pushing them ever closer to the brink. Finally, one brave or perhaps simply overwhelmed individual takes the plunge. It is the catalyst. As if a dam has broken, the herd surges forward, a chaotic torrent of bodies leaping into the churning water. The crossing has begun. The river is not just a physical barrier, it is also a hunting ground. Lurking beneath the surface, ancient predators are waiting. Nile crocodiles, some of the largest reptiles in the world, have been drawn by the commotion. They are masters of the aquatic ambush. They lie motionless, looking like logs floating in the current, their eyes and nostrils just breaking the surface. They wait for a wildebeest to come within range, particularly the young, the weak, or the unlucky. The journey across the river becomes a frantic scramble for survival, a desperate swim through a gauntlet of unseen threats. A young calf, separated from its mother in the chaos, struggles against the powerful current. Its small body is tossed about by the waves created by the stampeding herd. Suddenly the water erupts beside it. A huge crocodile lunges, its immense jaws snapping shut. But in a stroke of luck it misses its target, grabbing only water. The terrified calf, spurred on by a surge of adrenaline, finds a new burst of strength and paddles furiously toward the far bank. For every successful crossing, there are tragedies. It is a brutal, unforgiving toll that the river exacts, a stark reminder of the price of survival in this relentless world. Deep within the heart of a dense tropical jungle, the world is a tapestry of greens and browns. Sunlight struggles to penetrate the thick canopy, dappling the forest floor in shifting patterns of light and shadow. Here, life is lived vertically, from the leaf-littered ground to the towering treetops. The air is heavy with humidity and the rich scent of decay and growth. It is a world of whispers and echoes, where the drip of water from a leaf or the snap of a twig can carry for a great distance. In this realm of perpetual twilight, a different kind of predator holds sway, one that relies not on speed, but on stealth and silence. High in the branches, draped over a thick bough, a jaguar rests. Its beautiful rosette-covered coat blends seamlessly with the light and shadow, rendering it almost invisible from below. This is the largest cat in the Americas, a creature of immense power and solitary habit. Unlike the lions of the savannah, the jaguar is a lone hunter, perfectly adapted to this complex three-dimensional environment. It can swim as well as it can climb, moving with a silent confidence through its territory. It is the apex predator of this domain, a silent watcher who sees all that moves beneath it. Its patience is legendary. It can wait for hours, motionless, for the right opportunity to present itself. Its ears twitch, catching the faint sound of a peccary foraging on the forest floor below. Its golden eyes, pupils narrowed to slits, follow the animal's every move. The jaguar is not just a powerful hunter, it is an intelligent one. It knows the paths the animals use, the places they come to drink, and the times they are most active. This intimate knowledge of its environment is its greatest weapon, allowing it to anticipate the movements of its prey with uncanny accuracy. The forest is its kingdom, and it knows every secret corner. As the peccary wanders directly beneath its perch, the jaguar makes its move. There is no long chase here. In a single fluid motion, it drops from the branch, a silent, lethal weight. The attack is over in an instant, a demonstration of explosive power and deadly precision. The jaguar's bite is famously the most powerful of all the big cats, capable of piercing the thick skulls of its prey. It is a swift and efficient kill, the culmination of hours of silent observation. The forest, which had held its breath for a moment, slowly returns to its normal rhythm, the silent watcher having once again asserted its dominance. High above the forests and plains, in the stark and windswept world of the high mountains, another solitary hunter reigns. The landscape here is one of rock, ice, and thin air. It is a place of extreme temperatures and unforgiving terrain, where only the hardiest of creatures can survive. In this vertical world, a snow leopard patrols her vast territory. Her thick, smoky gray coat, patterned with dark rosettes, provides both warmth and perfect camouflage against the rocky slopes. She's often called the ghost of the mountains, a fitting name for a creature so elusive that she is rarely seen by human eyes. Her days are spent navigating treacherous cliffs and steep ravines, a feat made possible by her incredible agility. Her large, fur-covered paws act like snowshoes, distributing her weight and allowing her to move silently over snow and rock. Her long, thick tail, almost the length of her body, provides balance as she leaps from ledge to ledge. She is a phantom in the mist, a master of her inhospitable domain. The silence of the mountains is her ally, broken only by the cry of an eagle or the whistle of the wind. She is in a constant search for food, a quest that requires immense energy and skill in this sparse environment. Her primary prey are the blue sheep, or baral, that graze on the high-altitude pastures. These animals are as well adapted to the mountains as she is. Their own agility and keen senses their only defense. The hunt is a dangerous game of cat and mouse played out on near vertical slopes. The snow leopard uses the terrain to her advantage, stalking her prey from above, using rocks and ridges for cover. Her approach is slow and methodical, a painstaking crawl that can take hours. One misplaced step could send loose stones tumbling down, alerting the sheep and ruining the hunt. From her vantage point, she spots a lone parl grazing on a narrow ledge below. She crouches, her body flattened against the rock, and begins her final, silent approach. The tension is immense. She must get within striking distance before the sheep senses her presence. Then, with a powerful push from her hind legs, she launches herself into the air, covering the distance in a breathtaking bound. The chase, though short, is a terrifying spectacle of agility and power. A life-and-death ballet on the edge of a precipice. It is a raw and powerful display of the skills required to be the solitary sovereign of this high-altitude kingdom. Returning to the humid embrace of the rainforest, the struggle for survival takes on a different character on the forest floor. Here, in the deep shade beneath the canopy, life is a constant competition for light and resources. The ground is a thick carpet of fallen leaves. A world of its own teeming with insects and fungi. It is a realm of giants and miniatures, where a troop of capuchin monkeys can be heard chattering high above, while a poison dart frog, no bigger than a thumbnail, advertises its toxicity with brilliant jewel-like colors. Every niche is filled, every opportunity exploited. The air is alive with a cacophony of sounds, the buzz of insects, the croak of frogs, the distant call of a toucan. These sounds are the language of the forest, a constant stream of information about food, mates, and most importantly, danger. A column of army ants marches across the forest floor, a superorganism on the move, consuming everything in its path. Spiders, scorpions, and other small creatures flee before this relentless tide. It is a dramatic reminder that in this world, size is not always the deciding factor. Even the smallest of beings can be a formidable force when acting in unison. For many animals, survival depends on avoiding detection. A stick insect, perfectly mimicking a twig, remains motionless as a bird forages nearby. A leaf-tailed gecko, its skin the exact texture and color of tree bark, presses itself flat against a trunk, becoming invisible. Camouflage is a vital art form here, a life-saving adaptation in a world full of watchful eyes, but some creatures take the opposite approach. The vibrant colors of the poison dart frog are not a form of camouflage, but a bold warning to potential predators. I am dangerous. This strategy, known as aposematism, is a gamble that relies on the predator's ability to learn and remember. The delicate balance of this ecosystem is a marvel of coevolution. A hummingbird with a long, curved beak hovers before a flower with a correspondingly shaped corolla, the only creature able to access its nectar. In doing so, it pollinates the flower, ensuring the survival of both species. It is a relationship forged over millennia, a perfect example of the intricate connections that bind the forest's inhabitants together. Every plant and animal is a piece of a complex puzzle, and the removal of even one piece can have far-reaching consequences for the entire community living beneath the canopy's shadow. As the sun begins its descent, the light softens and the shadows lengthen across the land. The intense heat of the day subsides, replaced by a growing coolness in the air. This is a time of transition, a changing of the guard in the animal kingdom. The diurnal creatures, those who are active during the day, begin to seek shelter for the night. The zebra herd finds a relatively open area where they can rest, their numbers still providing a degree of safety. A troop of baboons climbs high into the rocky cliffs, their sentinels taking up positions to watch for nocturnal predators. There is a sense of urgency, a need to find a safe haven before darkness falls completely. For another set of creatures, however, the day is just beginning. As the last sliver of sun disappears below the horizon, the world of the night awakens. The air, which had grown quiet, now begins to fill with a new chorus of sounds. The chirping of crickets, the deep hoot of an owl, the distant, eerie laugh of a hyena. These are the sounds of the nocturnal hunt. Eyes that are specially adapted to low light peer out from the darkness. A leopard, another master of stealth, descends from its daytime resting place in a tree, ready to begin its silent patrol. The night shift has taken over. The darkness offers both concealment and danger. For prey animals, it is a time of heightened anxiety, when predators can approach, unheard and unseen. For the hunters, it provides the perfect cover for an ambush. A pack of hyenas, with their powerful jaws and incredible stamina, sets out on a hunt. Their social structure and teamwork make them one of the most successful predators on the savanna. They communicate with a complex series of whoops and calls, coordinating their movements over large distances. Their presence adds another layer of tension to the night. Their distinctive calls, a chilling reminder of the constant threat that lurks in the shadows. Under the faint light of the moon and stars, the eternal drama continues. A barn owl, its flight made silent by the unique structure of its feathers, glides over a field, its exceptional hearing pinpointing the rustle of a mouse in the grass below. In the river, the hippos, who spent the day submerged, now emerge to graze on the banks, their immense bulk moving with surprising agility in the cool night air. The world is transformed, a familiar landscape rendered mysterious and new by the absence of light. The struggle for survival does not pause for the night. It simply changes its cast of characters and its tempo. As the first light of a new dawn once again touches the horizon, the cycle begins anew. The nocturnal hunters retreat to their dens and resting places, their bellies full or their hunts unsuccessful. The sounds of the night fade away, replaced by the reawakening chorus of the day. The sun's warmth stirs the sleeping world, and the daily quest for food, water, and safety resumes. A lioness leads her cubs to the remains of the previous night's kill. A young elephant takes its first tentative steps, surrounded by the protective circle of its family. Life, in all its fragility and resilience, goes on. This endless cycle of day and night, of hunt and graze, of birth and death, is the very essence of the natural world. It is a story without a beginning and without an end, written across the face of the planet. Every creature, from the mightiest predator to the most humble insect, plays its part in this grand, unfolding narrative. Their individual struggles, their moments of triumph and tragedy are all threads in a vast and intricate tapestry. It is a system of breathtaking complexity, perfected over millions of years of evolution, a delicate balance where every action has a reaction. To witness these moments is to be reminded of the raw, untamed beauty of our world. It is to see life stripped down to its most fundamental elements: the need to eat, the drive to reproduce, and the instinct to survive. There is a profound honesty in this struggle, a lack of malice or sentimentality. The lioness who hunts the zebra is not cruel. She is simply providing for her young, fulfilling her role in the ecosystem. The crocodile that takes the wildebeest is not evil, it is an essential part of the river's health. Each is playing the part for which it was cast by nature. And so, the sun climbs higher, and another day on this extraordinary planet progresses. The stories will continue to unfold in the vast savannas, the deep forests, the high mountains, and the rushing rivers. There will be moments of exquisite peace and heart-stopping action, of tender care and brutal finality. It is the greatest show on Earth, a continuous, unscripted drama of survival. And for as long as the sun rises and sets, the enduring, powerful, and magnificent pulse of the wild will beat on, a timeless and reverent rhythm that connects all living things.